calculated on the monthly basis, that you have to book as a depreciation charges. When it comes to cloud, because it is not your asset, it is a subscription fees that you are paying. So it is your operational expenses. So there is no asset here. It would be all considered as an expense for that particular month.
Okay.
Right, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And the license
Vikram,
cost for on-premise did you say that that's treated like a depreciation, or does that become uh, an
No, no,
OPEX
no.
month on month?
Yeah, it will become OPEX on month. See, when we talk about SAP S4 HANA on premise, there are two components. One is software cost, okay, which is OPEX, because you are paying on monthly or yearly basis. So that is a expenditure. Sorry, it is an expense. It is not something which you are utilizing for throughout the years. But when it comes to the hardware cost, this hardware, you cannot book it as a OPEX, because the hardware, according to the different legal requirements, hardware is considered as a asset, maybe 3 years, 5 years. So based on the useful life of the asset, the depreciation will be calculated, and that would be booked every month.
Understood. Okay. Yeah. Now.
Yeah, hello. Hello. Yeah, this is Iqbal here.
Yeah.
So I have a client, so he is using ECC,
Mhm.
ECC, HP is 6.7 or 7.1, okay, whatever it may be. Now my client want to move to S4 HANA. So as a
Mhm.
functional consultant, which will be the best option? Whether we can migrate from S4 HANA, ECC to S4 HANA, or greenfield implementation? Which will be the best option?
So, see, there is no straightforward answer to this. There are a lot of things which a customer needs to understand before he decides whether he want to go for a new implementation or he want to go for the system conversion. So these are the topics, Iqbal. If you see the course content, these are the topics that we are going to discuss towards the end of the course. Because if I explain you these things now, you don't know the functionalities of SAP till now. How will you understand which functionalities are supported, which functionalities are not supported? So definitely, I'll come back to you on this question. Once we complete all our FICO, SD related tasks, then we will come to this point.
Yeah, done.
Answer your Just to answer your question, there is no straightforward answer that my customer should go for system conversion or my customer should go for new implementation. There are a lot of factors. We need to understand these factors. We need to communicate these factors to the client, and then client will be able to take the informed decision.
Yeah,
Vikram,
okay, thank you.
I just want to share with you, just on the on-premise and the cloud. Basically, the capex is more on on-premise initially, but then the operating cost catches up over a period of time. So it is almost the same, with my experience at least. I have seen.
So you are saying that,
Yeah.
sorry, can you come again? You are saying about
So
the cost. So you mean to say
yeah,
cost is almost same.
yeah, over a period of time, the cloud will catch up. You see, it depends on how many users you have and how many things they bring it up. Because any changes, it's all with SAP. So you don't have any change. You have to raise a ticket and send it to them. Any announcement, you pay triple the money. So it catches up over a period of time. In a period of 3 years, the operation cost catches up to the capex. To my experience, at least, I've seen that.
Yes. No, that actually depends on lot of factors, because you need to. It is a cost benefit analysis that you have to do. So, what is the cost of cloud? Maybe initially, because this is a new product, the cloud services are provided at low cost. So we need to understand what is my total cost of ownership if I go with this option, and what is my total cost of ownership if I go with this option, and I have to validate the results for next 5 years, 10 years down the line, where I'm getting more benefit.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what,
not
based on
only
the experience I'm telling you, it catches up.
yeah,
Yeah.
not only money wise,
I've
not
done a
only in
cost-based analysis. That's how I know that, Vikram. Yeah, that's what. Just want to share that to you. That's all.
yeah, you're right.
regarding the database again on HANA, if for a certain client, if there is a satellite system, let's say for sales and distribution, they are using Salesforce. That's the target system architecture. So Salesforce is the CRM application, which will take care of the sales and distribution cycle, which is order management. So the data that comes out of or that gets created by Salesforce, would the data be uh, ingested in HANA, or would that be managed somewhere else?
So see, there can be multiple different interfaces. This is called as interface. So if you are using Salesforce, this is not the part of the standard SAP, right? Salesforce is a completely different system. So if you want to bring the data from the Salesforce to SAP, you have to create the interface, right? And if you are creating the interface and if your SAP system is using HANA database, obviously the data will come into the HANA itself. Right, Rohit?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So whatever data comes to SAP, that will reside in HANA. Whatever data is outside SAP, there can be different databases which you can use for supporting those other applications.
No, so what I was trying to understand is, let's say if I'm picking the example was obviously order to cash. So when let's say customer service is doing order processing in Salesforce, it goes in directly into FI after that, or do you need to, and the interface that you need to build is from, which is the normal interface between SAP S4 to HANA, or do you need to build an interface between Salesforce and HANA?
No. See, it totally depends upon the business requirement. All these solutions are possible. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are saying you are doing the order management in Salesforce. Okay. My question is, do you want to replicate the order management in SD module of SAP, or you don't want to bring into SD module, you directly want to do the financial postings from SAP? So this is a question that you need to ask the customer. If a customer says, I already processed the order in my Salesforce and I don't want to bring this in SD again in SAP, I want to directly book the accounting entries in SAP. So your interface will get connected from Salesforce to SAP Finance module. But if your customer says, no, even if I created the order in the Salesforce, but I want to trigger this in SD module of SAP, then your interface will be between the Salesforce and the SAP SD module. Because interface is something which we are developing. There is no standard interface. We are delivering the interface, and whenever you are delivering the interface, you need to know how the data will flow from one application to another application. Where you want to flow that data, that is up to the customer how he wants to create this interface.
Thanks, Ratan.
Right, Rohit? Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so I think we already discussed a lot of things. I don't want to go further today. Maybe tomorrow we will talk about SAP HCM methodology, and we will compare it with the new methodology that SAP came up with, that is SAP Activate. Okay, so tomorrow's session is going to be very interesting, and I'll make sure that it is not very technical. It would be very easy for you all of guys to understand, and at the same time, there are many questions which are asked during the interviews. At least if you are a beginner, there will be a lot of questions asked on what is the methodology, what are the different phases in the methodologies. So just make sure that you attend tomorrow's session. Okay, so any questions before we close today?
It was a good session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you.